Hello and welcome to my car. It's Wednesday morning. It is 0839 hours and we are going to Leeds Castle. It takes about an hour to get there, so be there 9:38. It's about 8 minutes late. Had a few things to do before leaving the house. It's a nice sunny day and I'll catch up with you further down the road. Right, so on our way, we are going to, as I said earlier, we're going to Leeds Castle, and if you're not that familiar with geography, or not from the UK, we are not going to Yorkshire. Leeds Castle is near Maidstone in Kent. It's not in Leeds. There's a small village called Leeds near the castle, and that's where it got its name from, not the famous city. So we're just making our way out of Ramsgate now. It takes us an hour to get there. Our routing will take us out of town of the A255, and then we join the A299 Hengist Way as we leave the town. That will run into the M2 near Faversham, Brenley Corner. We have a short trip down the M2 and we turn off at junction, I think it's junction 6 for the A251, which is quite a scenic road. It's quite a short day today. I'm going out in the evening. It's something I can't be late for, so I haven't scheduled any tunings for later in the afternoon, just in case there's traffic. So we've got Leeds Castle and then Sevenoaks about 12:31ish. It's a domestic job. It's for Markson's Pianos, either a new delivery or they book the tuning through them, but that's a first time customer, so it'll be interesting to meet them. I won't be filming in people's houses, by the way, that's for privacy reasons, and I might not film inside the castle because there'll be people around, just for their privacy too, really. So I might take still photographs of the piano. It's quite an old piano at Leeds Castle. It's an Erard Grand. It is straight strung. It's from about 1860, 1870, I'd say. And the interesting thing about the piano is it's, for a grand piano, it's got quite a complicated action. The dampers are beneath the strings, so it's under-damped grand piano. Normally on grand pianos, you saw from the St. Augustine's video, the dampers are seated on top, and they that's through the gravity assist. These ones are below and they move in contrary motion to the key and hammers. It's passing the old gasworks as we leave Ramsgate. This is Boundary Road. There we go. It's a lovely day today. And the temperature will be about, I think it's forecast to be about 11-12 degrees centigrade. So it's fairly warm. There's a bit of a wind has left, so it's not quite t-shirt weather yet, not for me anyway. And it's a bit too warm for it to be overcoat weather. So when we get to Leeds Castle, I'll show you the grounds. Nice setting. A hotel, golf course. We'll be entering the grounds through the trade entrance, not the main entrance. So there'll be a security gate. I'll have to stop, ring the bell, say who I am, and with any luck they'll remember who I am and let me in. I thought I'd bring you lot with me. Now leaving Ramsgate, there's a bit of traffic through St Lawrence. The road to the left is the A299. We're now on the A299, which will take us all the way to the M2. This road, the A299, starts at the harbour. It's where you would have got your ferry to Dunkirk in times gone by. This is Lord of the Manor roundabout. We've got the green. First exit takes us to the old hovercraft port. When I was a boy, I used to go across to France on the hovercraft from Pegwell, Ramsgate to Calais, go straight across the Goodwin Sands. quite an event. Didn't take very long, about 20 minutes. Took it across the channel on hovercraft and hoverloid. This is Hengist Way. 50 mile an hour through here. Dual carriageway. Passing the new station, Thanet Parkway. We'll be going to the right this time, following the A299. We went to the left last time. Only a short distance between the two roundabouts, no point in overtaking the van. Yeah, so we'll be on the A299 dual carriageway until we get to Faversham, which is about 40 minutes, 35-40 minutes from here. If you're lucky, it could be half an hour. The road joining us on that roundabout comes in from Broadstairs. I take this route almost every day. Report of an accident at the next roundabout. To our right is Manston Airport. This section of dual carriageway was opened in 2013. The old road runs alongside, about 50 yards to the right, alongside the perimeter fence of the airport. And I think it's been covered by other YouTubers and other videos. There's a slight delay at the roundabout due to the accident, 2-minute delay. Not too bad. Slowing down for the roundabout. The accident's just the other side, according to the sat-nav. This is Minster roundabout. It can sometimes be fairly busy round here. I think I'll wait. There we go. The Minster Road was closed for a while they're doing some development work. It's open now, they're still finishing off. So it's national speed limit along here. That's what the white circle with the black line through it means. If you're not in the country, that means national speed limit 70 mile an hour for cars. If you're driving a van, it's 60. Not sure what it is if you're driving a lorry or a coach. We have 2 more roundabouts and then we'll be on what I call the main drag of the A299 of the I think this is still Hengist Way, and when it becomes the main drag it becomes the Thanet Way, but I should call it the new Thanet Way, because there is another road, the road that goes through the towns, through, I can't remember what their places are called, it must be going senile. Herne Bay, Whitstable, Faversham was the old Thanet Way, and then it leads into the A2. So there's a bit of a delay here. It's unusual that there's traffic along this section. We have a lane to our left, a country lane, that would have been the original road along here. This traffic would originally have gone through Manston and joined this road, the Seamark Road, which joins this road at the roundabout here. So I'm going to need to get across. I'll let the blue car go in front. There's a gap behind it. This is the village of Monkton. A pretty little place. To the right, you might have seen signs for it, is Thanet Earth, where tomatoes are grown and other vegetables. I think it's organic, I'm not sure. And it has quite controversial in some ways, as it is a source of light pollution. And at night time, you can see it from Ramsgate in the west, and I call it the Aurora, the Western Lights. It's to the right here. You might not be able to see it on the camera. This is a massive greenhouse. They're known for their tomatoes. So just slowing down here. St Nicholas at Wade. It's a bit of a delay here. Again, it's quite busy this morning. We're slowly making our way to the top. The road to the right is traffic from and to Margate, Birchington, Westgate. It's a bit of a bottleneck here, as we've got the London-bound traffic from Margate coming through as well, and there are no traffic lights, so it can take a little while to get across here. Canterbury Road A28 to the left. As you probably know, or have heard in previous videos, Thanet was once an island, separated by the Wonson Channel, and St Nicholas at Wade, I presume, gets its name from the Wonson Channel, and you'd have to wade across to the mainland. So it might have been a little bit wet. And you might notice about a mile or so down the road that it becomes very flat, and that used to be the sea. This would have been the original coastline for the Isle of Thanet. The water's edge, I guess, would have been where that bridge is. You can see how flat it is ahead of us. There has been incidents of it flooding. I think the Great Flood of 1953, after the storm, breached the seawall and caused Thanet to become an island temporarily. We've got trees both sides, so you can't really see much in the camera. You have to drive along here yourself to appreciate the scenery. There's an old mill in front of us. This area's got a few windmills. There's one at Herne Hill. Not Herne Hill in South London, but Herne Hill near Herne Bay, Herne Mill, which is open to the public. Wartime pillbox on the left, and to the right, which you can't see on the camera, are two towers, and they are Reculver Towers, a ruined church, Roman settlement. And we are now entering what was originally the mainland. We're going back uphill again. So we've cleared the Wonson Channel, and we're back on dry land again. Well, it's been busy so far. Only halfway through the week. I had one big job yesterday, which was regulating and tuning the client's Kawai grand piano, and he was happy with it. It's much more even and consistent now. Regulating an action is adjusting all the small parts so each note plays consistently. So it makes it nice, it makes it a pleasure to play, because an unregulated piano is quite difficult to play and be quite hard work. This is making sure all the distances, like the distance of the hammer to the strings, are all the same. The hammer's let off, which is tripping action. They're all the same distance from the strings, so you can play with finesse. This is a bit like an engine in a car, making sure your cylinders all fire and your wheels are lined up. Same thing on a piano. Piano is like a car with 88 clutches and gearboxes. A291, that leads on to towards Canterbury, Herne Bay and Sturry. Sturry is a suburb or village just outside Canterbury. Has its own railway station. It's on the Canterbury West line. We have Herne Bay to the right. It's a nice little place, got its own pier. Lovely there in the summer. A beer on the pier. It has its own pub. So if I was going to Herne Bay, I would have turned off at the junction we're just passing. And to the left, or to the south, would be the village of Herne, where the mill is. Herne Common, Herne Hill. I think the Herne Hill round here is a bit nicer than the Herne Hill in London. It's not as busy. It's a bit sleepier. So this is the main drag of Thanet Way. It doesn't have as many roundabouts. It doesn't have any roundabouts actually. It's junction, so it's more like a motorway, but it doesn't have a hard shoulder. Regular dual carriageways, you notice, have a lot of roads leading in. There are a few on this part. We're coming up to the Chestfield Tunnel shortly, which was built underneath a golf course. It's cut and cover tunnel. And there's a 50-mile-an-hour temporary speed limit through the tunnel. This is due to the fact that it's still undergoing maintenance. I think summer last year or the year before last, there was a routine inspection of the tunnel, and the extractor fans were found to be faulty and needed replacing. The tunnel was closed for a while, so we had diversions through Chestfield or Canterbury and a lot of traffic jams. And they found that they had difficulty ordering the replacement fan units. So we have a 50-mile-an-hour temporary speed limit, I think, to keep a check on emissions as the fans aren't working to full capacity. Well, this is it, Chestfield Tunnel. We had new lighting fitted a year before the fan works. So again, we had a contraflow while each side was worked on. Speed up again now. It's good for its lay-by, so you do need to stop, make a phone call, have your lunch, have a break. There's plenty of places where you can do so. There's one just here on the left, on both sides of the road. So Whitstable is to the right. Seaside town, famous for its oysters. It's famous for oysters and Peter Cushing, who was a famous resident of Whitstable. So for Whitstable, turn off here. We're not going there today. tend to, at some point, take you to these little villages and see what they're like. It's quite intriguing. You see these signs leading off to various places. You think, I wonder what these places are like. Well, there's Yorklets. Make me think of a cut of meat. You've got Chislet as well. So you can also imagine you're finding in a butcher's shop. And about a quarter of a mile, Thanet Way services. Costa and Subway, London bound, and Starbucks eastbound. It's two different franchises. Shell London bound, BP coastbound. Quite expensive petrol there. I'll try to avoid fueling up there if I can. We're not far now from the M2. The two roads just run into each other. You'll know when we're on the motorway when the road signs change from green to blue. In the UK, that's standard. A road's green, motorway's blue, and the motorway identification has its own special font called motorway font. Most, if not all, traffic signs in the UK we use a font called Transport, which gives them their distinctive look. I used to work in a sign factory. Hounslow Council used to make traffic signs. The London Borough of Hounslow, we used to do Ealing, Kensington and Chelsea, Hillingdon when I first started there. I think we did Haringey, we did the boundary boards for Haringey Council. And then when that closed, as Ringway took over the highways and they had their own sign shop, I was tubed across to Eurosigns. They're based in Weston-super-Mare, so they had me applying vehicle graphics. It's quite interesting, out on the road a lot. Applying graphics to various company vehicles, police cars. We used to do West Mercia Police and Dorset Police. I had to drive a police car once, out of service, but the motorist was just so courteous and considerate because I was driving a police car. It had a little sign in the back window showing out of service. So it wasn't an operational police car, but I was just driving it from the factory to their yard in, it'll come to me, somewhere up the M5. So the A2 crosses from Canterbury into Faversham, and along the towns and villages, Tenham, Sittingbourne. So this is now the M2. See, the signs are now blue. The on-slip comes in from the junction, and there's a hard shoulder. It's 2-lane motorway, so we're going to be on here for one junction. We come off of the A251 going towards Faversham. The trees on the left, a lot of people like these trees. Now they get quite a good following. It's because they're popular. Bad joke. That's what you expect from me. I won't give up the day job. I'm just preparing to slow down. There's a lorry in front, so I'm not going to bother overtaking that. There's no point. Half a mile to the junction. Countdown markers every 100 yards. Turn off here. It's quite a scenic road, the A251. It's only single carriageway. We might not be going the full length of it. It runs to Ashford. We'll be going round Ashford rather than through the middle of it. To the right, it goes into Faversham. And to the left it goes to Ashford. Old Oast House in front of us, missing its thingy on the top. What's it called on the top? It's a cowl? Hat? Nose cone? We'll find out. So it's 50 mile an hour down this bit. This is the A251. So be on it for about 4 miles and then we turn off into the countryside. It's quite a bendy road, you have to keep your wits about, you have to pay attention. Try to avoid going too fast down here. The thatched cottage. So 24 minutes to Leeds Castle, 15 miles to go. Yeah, so us soft southerners have stolen Leeds Castle from Leeds. We've also stolen Sheffield Park from Sheffield. This is North Street. 40 mile an hour through here. Getting pretty. Looks like the sort of place we need to have a car if you're living here, because public transport is a bit sparse along here. Malthouse Cottages, client who lives there. Goes up to 50 as we leave the hamlet. I think I might have mentioned this before, but I do cover quite a wide area. One day I can be in the sticks like I am now. Another day I could be in the middle of London with the hustle and bustle of the city. Sheldwich is next. Nice little church up there. Painters Forstall. A lot of that's a local place name. Quite a lot of Forstals, you'll see that on the way. There's Painters Forstall, Forstall and Borstal, same origin I guess. Borstal, as in the home of the famous prison for young offenders, that is on the outskirts of Rochester on the Medway. So this is Sheldwich. Only a small place, tiny little village. Sheldwich and Sheldwich Lees. It's 50 mile an hour limit. I'm only doing about 40 because it's quite twisty again, like most of the roads around here. Never know what might be, there might be something broken down on the bend. I don't really fancy having to slam on the brakes and end up with my breakfast on the dashboard. So 1.5 miles we turn off. Slowing down on the bend. We have long lines in the middle of the road now. That shows that it's a bit hazardous. You want to go careful. Think twice before overtaking. So on these types of road, Bell's Forstall, there's another Forstall. You have long lines with a cat's eye between each, and normal running. You have short lines with cat's eyes between alternate lines. For those who don't know, cat's eyes are the reflective studs in the middle of the road. Badlesmere and Leveland, 40 mile an hour through this village. Getting quite blossom out this time of year. It's always very nice. I've always been a big fan of spring. Daffodils. It's quite horsey round here. Badger in the middle of the road. My nickname for day 251 is Roadkill Alley, because it does have quite a bit of roadkill sometimes. Not as much this time. The animals have become more sensible, a bit more streetwise, or they've cleared them up. So we're going a slight detour because I missed the turning. It sneaked up on me. Wasn't paying attention, for my stupid fault. So we're going to join the road a bit further back. We're going to be going on to the A252. So it's just added a few more minutes onto the journey. So we'll do the whole of the A251 until it joins the A252. This is the scenic bit of the A251 that we are doing today. I did say that I'll be at Leeds Castle between 9:30 and 10, so we're still in good time. ETA is 9:54. Shallock. We're in the area of outstanding natural beauty. So it's probably quite fortunate that we missed the turning. There's a bit more to see down this bit. There's a roundabout coming up for the Canterbury Road, where we will turn right. The A251 carries on into Ashford, into the town centre, and then joins up with the M20. Turn right here. This road goes towards Maidstone and Charing. Buildings there. Least Victorian. There's a Nissan hut from the war. Quite bendy here. The solid white lines mean no overtaking. Still solid white lines, even though they're worn off a bit. So it goes up to 50 here. Coppice woodland. The trees at one time were regularly harvested for the timber. They're cut right back, allowed to regrow, and then cut back again and allowed to regrow. I think that's how it works. Going up to 50 through the woods. Woods on the left, fields to the right. In about a quarter of a mile, drop down to 30 as we enter the outskirts of Ashford. The road we should have come down will be joining us from the right. And this is Charing, without a cross. bypass. The village itself will be to the left. £40 mph through here. It's a nice little place, very old buildings. Spice of Bengal, I wonder what they're like. 5-course meal, only $19.95 per person. Might be worth somebody doing a food review of that place. So we're heading downhill. Turn off to Charing Village. Go up to 50 mph. We come to a roundabout on the Maidstone Road, which is straight ahead of us. We've got the solid white lines again. Single carriageway this is. 2 lanes for those going up, just in case they need to overtake something slow on the uphill. There's 40 here at the roundabout. So we'll be turning right towards Lenham and Maidstone. Ashford to the left. Food van in the petrol station. I stopped there for a coffee and a sandwich one time, and they're actually very good. So if you come in this way and you want some breakfast, go to the curbside cafe. They use Bovair free milk, so I had a cup of coffee there. They're very welcoming, always up for a chat and a natter, and the food looks amazing, so it's well worth a visit there, and it's very reasonably priced. So this is the Maidstone Road. Countryside's quite open here. We're 11 minutes away now from Leeds Castle, not that far. There's national speed limit here, 60 mph for single carriageway road for driving a car. 50 for driving a van or a lorry. Yeah, this is the A20 Maidstone Road. That's not a move I would have done. I thought it would say Forstall Road. As I said earlier, it's quite common around here, the word Forstall in a place name. We've seen Painters Forstall, Bell Forstall. Lenham. Bit of a new development. It's a shame when they're building loads of houses on the countryside. Massive crucifix carved into the hillside. Can't see it on the camera. If you're driving this way, you'll probably be able to see it in Google Maps. There's 50 mph limit through here. We stay on the A20 for another 3.5 miles. There's roadworks coming up, temporary traffic lights. Slow down. There's a bit of a build up of traffic here. I guess it's on red. No, it's changed a bit. We're moving. That's good. It says we're quite close to the Kent coast. You'll see periodically signs that remind you to drive on the left. Foreign drivers. On holiday in La Gomera, had a hire car. It wasn't too bad driving on the right. I think I went the wrong way round the roundabout once. I forgot which country I was in. But I soon got reminded. Watch what you're doing. road. After we've passed Harwich, there's an average speed check, 30 mile an hour through here. Watch the speed. Those two cameras are to monitor traffic. That's for overheight vehicles, because we're coming up to a low bridge. Break the beam, the sign lights up saying overheight vehicle, turn back. Yeah, 4.7 metres, 15'6", so not really suitable for tall lorries. Just about get a double-decker bus on there. This is the new part of Harwich. There's more oast houses. Actual oast houses, or are they fake ones? They look a bit like fake ones actually. They look a bit too modern, a bit too clean. Now I'm running alongside the high-speed rail line into St Pancras and Eurostar. And beyond that is the M20. Up to 60 now. So in about half a mile we'll be crossing the railway line and the M20, and then turning off to Broomfield Road, which is the location of the contractor's entrance to Leeds Castle. Here's the high-speed rail link. It's overhead catenary as opposed to third rail. And this is the M20. Turn left here. Ignore the sign to Leeds Castle, that's the main entrance. We're going the back way. Bell, say who I am. This is the Broomfield entrance, estate office. Right, then let us in. So I'll park up and I'll take you round. This is the back entrance of the golf course here. Busy today. There's also a hotel. We'll do everything here. It's a bit tight. I'm going this one. Nothing there. I have to go down to the bottom. Space on the end. Oh, there's quite a lot of room. I go here next to the Audi. It looks easy rather than trying to squeeze in. So I'm not exactly thin. Make quite a bit of room. I could be a complete putter and park on both spaces, but I won't. I'm nice. And there we are, parked up.
Show the gardens.
lovely here this time of year. And the gentleman in the security reception gave me directions to the guest reception for the hotel, so I'm just going to go down there. And there should be a member of staff on duty in the castle itself. I haven't really got time to muck about. So it's not far. Lovely place. With flowers. There it is. It's well worth a visit. It's not cheap to get in if you're a visitor, but this time of year and through the summer it's quite popular. It's a very nice place. There's all sorts of things to see and do here. It's quite interactive as well, and it's just nice for a bit of nature. Oh, the door is open. That's good. Here it is. This is the Erard Grand in Leeds Castle. It's approximately 150 years old. If you'd like to play it, please be very careful and respectful, which is a good thing to have. I'll show you the piano and show you the room. Third is beating at the same rate with each octave, with the lower and with the top F, means the octave's in tune. If the 10th beating is faster than the third, means your top F, the top note of the octave, it means your octave is wide. for practice. Well, it's all tuned up nicely. Gave the visitors a little impromptu recital. It's very out of practice, it's a bit ropey. So I'm just heading off to the car now. I've got one more job today in Kemsing, near Sevenoaks, which is for Markson's pianos. So just heading back to the car. I'll have a little bit of lunch and then we'll head off to Kemsing. So we're now leaving Leeds Castle on our way to Kemsing. It takes about 32 minutes to get there. And we should be there well within time at about 20 past 12, so it'll be slightly early. It's down in the diary as 12:30 arrival time. Now the piano was quite a bit flat because I couldn't come here in December due to staff illness. I'm just eating a mint. So I'll be back again in the autumn to tune in. Gave a short recital with some visitors and made their day. Just to give them a visit to remember. Little piano recital, even though it's very short and extremely badly played. People enjoying the sunshine playing golf. Just going to come to the security gate again. Got through the gate, turning left here, back onto the main road. Yes, I'll leave you here